it was interesting because as a performer, as a dancer, the word ritual came to me very intuitively all the time. I don't know why, maybe because of my past in martial arts or because I was introduced very early on in my career to whirling dervish dance, which is a religious ceremony. And therefore the rituals always stay in my head and had to do something with the commitment, with the respect to the actions that you're doing, with the sacredness about what the actions that you're doing. So researching into rituals, once I started the studies, I came across a sentence that I loved it. And I'm going to say it here because it is something that it changed my life. Rituals render the concept real. It's a lot of words and very complicated, but what it means is, in English, the word render, I don't really know the meaning specifically. I never look in the dictionary, but kind of like transform something. When you have a video, you give the instructions into the computer, and then the computer render those instructions into the final video. So it's kind of like gathering a lot of information in order to have an outcome. The outcome that rituals are having is rendering, transforming a concept, an idea. Adulthood is an idea. It's nothing that you can touch. Marriage is a concept. To belong to a gang is a concept. And those the rituals are the performing actions. So actually it's a theater in which you embody those concepts and somehow they became real. So by walking down the aisle, by taking the hand of your bride or your groom or the other person, by pronouncing the vows, by doing all those actions, you are actually embodying, going through integrating in your body the concept of marriage or the concept of adulthood. So that's how I arrived to the word rituals. And what I did is I check. As you said, it was fantastic because it's true that ritual sometimes has a very clear purpose. Adulthood, childhood became to a gang, but sometimes they are just done in order to gather the community together. The rituals of festivities of food and or the spring ritual, the rite of a spring, right? So those rituals that the behavior, the ritualistic behavior within human nature, anthropologically speaking, it serves us in order to integrate a concept that we cannot understand, but we can make it real through embodying certain actions. And therefore, what I was researching is, well, actually, if I want to embody the concept of performance presence, which is a concept at the end of the day, how can I go through the steps, literally, like almost creating a recipe for me to integrate that concept and make it real through my body. So that's how in every ritual, there is always 3 steps, which is, I had another thought, but I'm going to go first through this, is removal from the society, from your normal context. There is the liminality. There is the moment that you are in between. So you are not a child or an adult anymore. You are in between. You are going through the ritual. And then you have the reintegration when you go back to society as the new adult. In performance, if you think about it, it's very, very similar. We kind of like remove from society. We switch off our phones. We put our costumes, our makeups. We go into this silence with only the people who are going to be in the theater show, in the dance performance. We go into a world that doesn't exist. It's almost sacred. We go, I don't know if you had that experience, but every time that I step into physically on a stage, something magical happened. It was only 2 centimeters from being outside of a stage and inside of a stage. But that step, it marked a massive change in my universe. I was into another universe. The liminal state is the moment that we are dancing, that we are in this piece. And therefore, later on, we have a reintegration in society when we go to a bar and have a drink and talk about the performance. And somehow, I don't know if it happens to you, it took me a while to be able to go to those bars and to reintegrate with people. I was going through a process. So it's very much ritualistically. The only thing that I've done with Towards Vivencia is take those steps and tailor them to render the concept of performance or any other concept that you want to achieve, which is your vivencia, and to create as choreographers, as creators, the necessary steps, the necessary physical actions for that concept to become real.
If you want to see more precious and insightful moments, make sure to check our short clips playlist. To see longer interviews, check out the full episode playlist just below it. And to be notified for all future videos, click the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell. See you on the next episode.